in spite of all of that success and all the attention that's been lauded on them, they still remain two very lovely and down-to-earth people. And I'm really anxious for you to meet them in person. Here's Donny and Marie, all right?
You've got great audiences here in Australia. I tell you.
We trained them for a long time in here.
Did you?
Yeah.
Great.
The other ones you've taken charge of. I hear the concerts. First of all, I was surprised to find out today that the concerts are completely sold out everywhere. They told me that.
Well, we couldn't be happier, I tell you. We've wanted to come back for so long. It's been about 5 years. It's back in '75.
Well, not for you though. You were here just.
Well, I was here last July in Perth. I did the Miss Universe.
Right. Yeah.
But we're so happy to be back.
It must just be fantastic. The reports on the show are absolutely unbelievable. I don't want to keep throwing things at you, but it's just been great. You know, really, really good.
Thank you.
We've had a wonderful time. It's been terrific. As you can see, the audiences are fantastic.
Yeah.
We really are.
All the girls have been commenting today. They've all been saying, "Oh, have you seen Marie's skin?"
Oh.
They keep talking about it. She's got the best skin. You know, it's like I'm supposed to walk up to you and not say you're beautiful. I'm supposed to look at you and say your skin is terrific. Like there isn't anything else.
Thank
You
you.
just, yes.
Thank you.
But you're into all of that beauty thing. We'll talk about that in a minute. I just want to talk. What about you two? Has you being the little girl,
The little sister.
the little sister, was he protective towards you?
Well, I have 8 brothers, and I'm the only girl. And yeah, you could say that they were protective. I love it. I love having. I have 8 older brothers. No, I have 7 older brothers and 1 little brother, Jimmy. He's not so little anymore. But it's great. I guess you could say they kind of spoiled me, you know, as I was growing up.
Boy, did we spoil. She's old enough now to make her own decisions for herself, so I'm not that protective.
Thank you, Donny.
I'm not that protective, you know.
They used to be, not so much anymore.
Were you protective about him before he got married?
Oh, sure.
Yeah?
Sure. I think it works both ways.
Was it a tough adjustment, married life for you, or?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't that tough. It was something that I wanted, and I found a great girl.
She's terrific. They knew each other for 5 years, and I watched the whole courtship as it went on and everything. And
Any comments? Did you give him any advice?
they're both crazy.
Is that What about the repartee between you two? Now, when we watched the television show, we used to see you know, throwing lines back and forth. Naturally, a lot of that is scripted, but did a lot of that come out of real life?
Well, a lot of it isn't scripted. What we did on the Donny and Marie show, we'd learn the script, the monologue, or duologue, if you call it that, and we'd throw the script away, and then we'd say it the way we want to say it. Of course, you have the idiot cards or the cue cards, but we would say things the way we want to say it, and it's more natural that way.
And we'd rib each other back and forth and things like that. It wasn't very hard to rib him, though, because everything he did was usually stupid.
No, it's all right. It's all right.
I'm sorry, Donny. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
That is the way he is.
I'm going to have to watch myself the rest of the evening. I can see that coming.
We have a good time together. We really do.
Yes, it looks like you do. I noticed the family today. Although Alan, who sang over there before, will be out here in a little while. He seems to be the one that cracks the whip a little bit.
Well, Alan is the oldest in the performing group, and the oldest usually takes charge. Father oversees everything. He's the boss, and then we come under Alan.
Of course, starting so young in the business, you know, you were exposed to big-time show business, both of you, from a very young age.
Yes.
Did it ever worry you? Was it ever nerve-wracking? Did it ever, were you ever hesitant about it? Were you ever saying, am I doing the right thing, or is it just natural for you?
Well, we weren't pushed in the business. I wasn't pushed in the business, and Marie wasn't either. It was something that we wanted. And there were only 4 Osmonds in the original group, and we had to prove ourselves. We wanted to prove that we were good enough to be in the group, so I remember hours and hours I'd sit in front of the record player listening to Andy Williams records, trying to work on my voice and things like that. Finally, when I was 3, I got a chance. It took a long time.
At 3, you perfected Andy Williams' voice? That's wonderful, yes. How big an influence was he? Well, of course, you weren't in that Andy Williams era. were you?
I did one Andy Williams show. I was 3 years old also, and I danced with Andy and sang a song with him. But it didn't really appeal to me until later on. I was about, well, I worked overseas when I was 6 and 7 years old, and I sang Swedish and things over there, Japan. And it didn't really appeal to me until I turned about 11 years old, and my little brother Jimmy got our first gold record for us in Japan. And I said, here's my little brother working. I said, this is ridiculous. And so I went back to Nashville and did Paper Roses, and that's when I started.
Do you have a... I'm going to get in trouble for asking this question. Do you have a current boyfriend now?
You.
No, you don't.
I'm really going to start a rumor.
No, don't.
No, I'm having a good time right now. I'm just... I have a lot of nice guys.
I don't blame you. If I looked like you, I'd have a wonderful time. But there isn't any steady in Marie's life. No.
I'm just enjoying my work and just having a good time.
Do you think it would be difficult for Marie Osmond, a young lady, successful, I don't want to embarrass you now, but successful, beautiful, and talent and everything going for, oh, gee, I'll give you a little pile of sand, you could kick it. Oh, gee whiz, gang. But when a fella wants to approach you in a romantic manner, would that ever worry you about, would it worry him maybe about what he is? You know, I mean, you being so well known. Am I saying this right?
No,
I think I am. No. I don't think I am. No. Well, I'll talk over here.
Okay.
No, what I meant was, that, you know, being who you are, does that scare fellas off? Maybe that's a better way of putting it.
I don't know. Would it scare? I don't. Well.
Would you be scared off?
I would.
No.
I wouldn't trust this mob as far as I could throw them. The Beauty Secret book. You came out with this book. We talked about it on a satellite interview.
Yes.
Yes. Does that include makeup and...
It was really a fun project. I had a really good time doing it. It took 2 years to write it, and I wrote it. And basically what it is a lot of girls have asked me questions about makeup and hair and figure and fashion and things that I have learned growing up in the business and working with some of the best people in the business as far as those different areas. And so I sat down with a lady who helped me put it all together. And I wrote it, and we corresponded the whole thing together and came up with a book. It was just released in the States, and it's out by Simon & Schuster. It's called Marie Osmond's Guide to Beauty, Health, and Style.